EP618 No Laugh Track Podcast. This is the final episode of 2025.
Oh, you were done.
I know. I was like, holy shit.
Final episode ever. Make it good.
Well, because you were from radio, and that's how radio is your final show, they tell you 5 minutes after you finish the show. They're like, oh, that was your last show.
Good point.
Like,
Good point.
That's how they fire you in radio. Like, there's no 2 weeks to... No. It's great. They fire you in radio like you work for the CIA. I've always thought it was weird. Like, what do they think you're going to do? Go and talk shit about Continental Diamonds or something? They're actually not very good diamonds. Tom Bernard's lying to you. Like, what the fuck? I don't ever understand.
We can't let this guy go on air knowing it's his last show.
Yeah, everybody in
What
radio...
would he say?
Everyone in radio is basically a degenerate right-winger anyway, and you have a dump button. What do you care? Just let him talk for... He's talking between Aerosmith songs you've been playing forever. Let him finish the week.
I was just thinking about, like, I was like, oh no, did Amazon Prime own this podcast and cancel it like every good show they had?
It's moving to Netflix is what's happening.
Well,
Yeah.
then I won't be on it. Netflix had some pretty strict rules about me.
They've got pretty strict rules about guys like you.
Yeah. Well, you know, they actually didn't come to the festival this year.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Because they heard I lived in this town. They knew I wasn't in the festival, but I lived in this town, so they go, no Netflix representative. What if
That's
we
fair.
see him at Chipotle or something?
Hilarious. That is the voice of Bryan Miller for people not watching on YouTube. Also, Nate Abshire is here.
It's true.
The we co-headliners.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're calling it co-headliners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It quite literally is.
Yeah.
It's our
I mean,
second time round.
We could be. You could call it versus.
That's what
headliners.
it was last time, but it's
But,
just we
no.
we don't have that energy anymore.
It's
We're
true.
too old.
Too
We're
old.
old. We're seriously no. We're literally. It's like if someone was like, Nate really wants to go last on this show. Before I'd have been like, well, then I have to go last if Nate. But now I'd be like, oh, is it important to him? Okay. like I don't have it in me anymore. I mean, I
you
want
lose the fight. I think it happens around the same time where this happened to me recently, where you slip on ice, don't fall, and still hurt yourself. When you get to that age,
Yeah.
a lot of things lose the gravitas that they once held for you.
You're absolutely right. The close call stories of falling, I share those every time because they're so dramatic.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I mean, I
you don't know what could have happened.
Okay, 3 nights ago, I got a Charlie horse in
Here we
my
go.
side, which is a weird spot to get a
weird
Charlie
spot.
horse. It was like I was literally reaching for a dish, and it was my wife was in bed, and it was such a curious feeling. I went up and I stood by our bedroom door and just waited to see if it was a heart attack or not. I was like, I think this is a Charlie horse, but it could be a heart attack.
I want to be close enough to help where if I just hit the ground,
Yes.
that would alert someone.
But I didn't want to wake her up if it was a
Right.
Charlie horse. That's lame.
Because then you're the biggest pussy
Oh
of
my
all
God,
time.
yeah.
You never recover from that.
So I just stood out front of our bedroom door going like, by myself for like 30 seconds.
Until she noticed or what?
No. She was still asleep. And then I was like, I don't think I'm going to die. And I went back downstairs and I continued drinking my red wine.
Yep. I do a lot of time, like you have a pain and then I lift the other side and I'm like, no, we're good.
Yep. Yeah. You're like, oh, no, it all hurts. But yeah, Charlie horse in my side. That's a new one. Didn't know you could do that.
Were you close to doing like 9-1?
No. If it was a heart attack, it was a little tremor, a little warning, a little minor one if it was. It wasn't like a thunderclap type one.
Yeah, it was just like a shot across the bow.
Exactly. So I was like, well, is either a little bit of an artery blockage or a Charlie horse? So like, I'll let but I wanted to be near. But we have stairs. I didn't want to try to get up the stairs during said heart attack.
Sure.
It's probably wise. It's probably
The fact
wise.
that I could do it so easily was pretty indicative of the Charlie horse.
Do you guys shovel snow
Oh,
in
yeah.
the winter now?
So much. You probably don't, right? Do you shovel?
No, not really. A little bit.
I have to.
Does
Yeah,
does that cross your mind? I see all those warnings that like you could heart attack and strike out of nowhere.
I always think about that when I'm shoveling snow, and it's like I do a lot of other things. This is not that much harder than
That's the
other
same
things
thing I
that I
think.
do.
Yeah.
I think the shoveling snow is like, it's the one most intense thing that everyone ends up doing.
Yes.
Very occasionally in terms of the whole year. So like the first snowfall, I imagine, causes a lot more heart attacks than any other event in our space.
Yeah, like I'm a distance. I like to run long distance. So like, I mean, like
Yeah.
I do cardio. So it's like I don't know, but it makes sense if you're like 70. You normally don't do anything, and you
Right.
go shovel snow. Like I suppose. But yeah, I never really worried about that one.
When I go to shovel, I take breaks the first, because you'll feel. I'm like, I'll get winded fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. You just parse it out.
Oh, honey, you're done already? No, I'm
No,
taking.
no, no.
I'm in. This is a break. We're
taking a
a break.
Snow shoveling is where my wife's gender role reversion really snaps into place. I think if my wife has never shoveled a teaspoon of snow in her life.
Yeah, the feminism buck stops right short
here's
of
the
grabbing
thing.
the shovel.
I'm still way in the red in our relationship. Like I'm still, there's so much more I should be doing. So I'm not saying she should be shoveling, but that is one where she just looks at me. She's like, "Well, you're doing all that, right?" Yeah, I'm doing all that.
Well, let's make up for that. What does she do that you never touch or put your
Make money and have health insurance. We'll start there. We could keep going for a while.
You're so progressive to allow her that freedom.
know.
Wow, I respect
exactly.
you so much for
And
allowing her to do that.
Some guys who stay at home and don't do anything would pressure their wives to have children so that they would have an excuse to stay home. But I said, you know what? Let's not have kids. I'll just stay home anyway, and we'll really buck the social system.
Well,
That's
as
perfect.
you guys were talking about before we started, the cat needs companionship.
Yeah.
So.
Well, honestly, ever since like J.D. Vance and all those the white right-wing people got on the birth rate is too low, I've never been more stoked to not have kids. I'm like, I'm super white and I'm jerking off into a cup. It doesn't matter. I'm not gonna. It's just a great way to spite the white supremacists.
I mean,
What's more anti-white than refusing to make any more white people? I am the bulwark here between too many white people.
Why do you hate white people? What's your deal, man?
Because it's J.D. Vance mostly. They were fine till that guy came around.
it's more about spiting
That
the
kind of white
people
person.
you don't
100%,
like.
100%, yeah.
Of course. I do that, but that reminds me of that old Isaac joke about where he's like, my car's really messy, but I like to claim that it's because I'm a good person. Someone will be like, what's with all the trash? And I'm like, yeah, and it's not going to get cleaned up until the polar bears are safe. Like something I wasn't going to do anyway. I'm like, yeah, and that's because until Tibet is free.
Yeah, or like when they're boycotting Kohl's over like a Sydney Sweeney commercial or something. I'm like, yeah, let's get on that. And I'm also not gonna. There's all kinds of things I'm not gonna do.
Mowing the lawn until the prairie in Minnesota is safe.
That's how you knew, though, that the right wing's more serious than the left wing, because when they gave that one trans person that one bottle of Bud Light at one time, like, they all actually stopped drinking Bud Light, and that was a true sacrifice. Like, it was unbelievable. I would go to do shows in bars, and they would have Bud Light scratched off the signs. I mean, it was like unbelievable. It was like, you guys have been drinking this shit for 30 years. You mean this shit.
I love that example, but that is as difficult as trans people boycotting Harry Potter.
Yeah, 100%.
Which they also did.
They did. That was a huge. You're totally
And
right.
Harry Potter is like...
Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling is such a fucking stupid bitch. She wrote an entire book about people who become other things and have silly names. And then she's like, how can you have a silly name and turn into a different thing? It's so weird. It's so weird. That's if John Grisham was like, I'm anti-trans, I'd be like, well, I guess. I mean, it didn't come up in the firm. But like, maybe. God, she's so stupid. Oh, she sucks so hard.
It's wild to be that, like, I don't know, man. Spend your money. Why are you on Twitter, Elon?
Oh, my God. I don't even tell anybody what I think anymore. I have like $9. I'm like, I'm good.
It's just so funny to me that you could have unlimited money and not be sick of Twitter yet.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't have any money, and I got sick of Twitter 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, spend the Emerald Mine money.
Yeah, I'm not even at a ski chalet.
Dude,
You know?
right?
Can you imagine being in a ski chalet and then being on Twitter being like, Sam Stein said something I don't like or whatever.
Can you imagine, like, just hypothetically, not saying this would be something that you would want to do personally.
Okay, it sounds like something I want to do
Clearly.
personally.
Elon's, like, at Epstein's Island.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
Just surfing Twitter, like, this guy said something mean about me. Like,
you know what the fucked up thing about Epstein Island is like, if you're not a horrible person, you can just go to the 19-year-old version and everyone's fine with it. It's not like there's not various places rich people can go to have sex with unlimited 19-year-old girls. You're like, it's 2 more years. How fucked up are you that you had to go 2 down? I'm not saying it's right, but it's there.
right. You could, yeah. I mean...
It's not like it was that or nothing.
I never thought about it that way.
No.
But that it has to certainly be true.
Yeah.
That there's definitely like a, Yeah, they're all college aged.
Yeah, there's
and everyone's
yeah.
fine with it.
It's like seeking arrangements or only whatever whatever the thing is. There's like an infinity number. Here's a great thing. You know, the 17 next year they're on your team. Like they're coming your way. Just be a little bit patient. Redshirt them for a year. You know, I just that's so weird to me that like it's like I don't know.
When I had that radio job, there was a prep service we would use, and for years they would do a countdown to when the Olsen twins were going to turn 18.
That was the creepiest cultural thing. Yeah, even when I was like their age, or basically, I was like, this is creepy.
Yeah, I told my wife about that a couple months ago.
That
and
was
she was
like
like, "Are you fucking kidding
Stern
me?
did
That's
it.
disgusting."
Stern did it. It was a big Stern thing, but there was like a website. No, that was like I don't know.
That's goofy. That's just so
2000s
Like,
culture
come
was
on.
like pretty twisted. Like it seemed so bubblegum. Like, you know, Britney Spears, and you like look back at it and you're like, oh god.
We just rewatched the original, like the Disney 50s or 60s Peter Pan, and there's this whole Indians plot line.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't remember at all.
It's real uncomfortable.
And it is so great. It's just I was just watching it like, what the fuck?
yeah, you're like maybe let's rewatch the Fox, the Fox Robin Hood.
Let's go back to Fox and the Hound.
They're not going to oppress any of the beavers or
Robin
anything.
Hood. Yeah. It was just
No,
so...
you're right though. That Peter Pan thing, everyone just like uses your brain erases that part.
And it's like half the movie.
Yeah,
You're right. I totally forgot.
it's
about
like
that.
it's like people who
Would you like
the
to
movie
quote it
Funny
at all?
People.
What's that?
Would you like to? I could bring up some quotes. Would you like to read them?
No, but when you have Tommy on, I'm sure he.
Nate's gonna make Tommy reenact Peter Pan. only the Native American scenes. That's gonna be Tommy's punishment for losing the bet.
Oh, are you guys involved in any of the most recent Tommy bet with Lewis? Like if he, there's a whole thing
Not
going on
officially
there.
yet.
Okay.
Well,
You might be. Are you?
No,
No.
not unless. I mean, Tommy loses.
Well, he's lost.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh,
No. They switched the bet, and if the Vikings won the rest of their games,
really?
and
Yeah.
Holy smokes! They really might win because the Packers are. They might not even start Malik Willis. They might start Clayton Tune, and if Clayton Tune starts versus Max Brosmer though. I don't know. Clayton Tune versus the Vikings defense? I don't know. Wow, Tommy could win.
I don't. You haven't. You need to talk to Lewis when we're done here.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
he's-
those terms had changed.
He's told me last week and again today, I'm retired. No more betting.
Yeah. Wow.
Because of this, because he thinks he's going to lose. I can't lose.
Incredible.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Is Tommy going to make us write something for Lewis? I don't really know how this works.
Oh, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. How is it going to be? You guys are doing the same sets you did back in 2017 when you co-headline New Year's Eve,
I
right?
don't even remember what I did.
Honestly, probably about 30%.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. Why throw out the hitters?
I think that there might be a joke of overlap for me.
Oh, for real?
But I recorded like 2 years after that, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing that anything that I would have done would have been on that album, and I don't really do any of that anymore.
Now, Nate, we talked on the podcast. It wasn't that long ago when you were here doing Crash and Burn. Is any of that survived that week? Any of that material? Any of those ideas?
Yes. Yeah. But it's all kind of back burner now because I still have an hour of material from before that
Yeah.
I want to record.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So yeah, a lot of like the just kind of set up punchline stuff about starting a family. I think that that's going to largely be the openers of like my third hour,
Okay.
which will be the one after the next one.
I teased you at Crash and Burn about having a kid for material. Are you using the kid for material already?
No,
No,
not yet.
not yet. Working on it.
But I don't know. It's been a real weird experience. Just like I started going to therapy, and I never would have if I didn't have a kid.
So I saw you post something about therapy on Facebook. I was like,
Yeah,
"He's
yeah.
serious? Is this
Oh, you just
legit?"
talk about therapy. Comedians don't do that very often.
I
That's a
know,
whole
I
angle for
know,
you.
I know.
Going to therapy and having a child? Oh, this
weird.
guy's breaking barriers.
What a hack, right?
Yeah.
I'm still talking about what was the popular political topic from 3 years ago. That's what I'm talking about.
But I know,
Derek Chauvin.
We got to keep Trump out of office for a second time. That's my whole act's about. I do a lot of pro-Kamala material.
I think that stuff will be a big part of my act, but right now I'd rather get like the next hour finished.
Sure.
Well, while you're still close to all that, and then you'll
Yeah.
be building, because right now you have like, what do you have, like 2.5 months of baby? I mean, only obviously the other kids too, but the baby stuff, you have like 2.5 months. Like you're gonna have so much more of that in 6 months or a
Yeah.
year. You won't be able to help yourself from writing jokes about it because something funny will happen, and you'll think, well, I'll write that down.
Yeah.
And then at some point, just put it all together. I always think it is kind of funny when a comedian has a kid and then people will give him shit for writing jokes about having kids. It's like, well, if you meanwhile, that same person will like break up with someone they dated for 2 months and write jokes about it for a year, and you're like, I don't know, it's a pretty big thing. It seems like, I don't know, it's sort of relatable to the human experience, the whole like dating and having children.
It'd be weirder if like 5 years from now you're like no mention on stage. You're like, what did Nate like? What happened?
I feel like Jeselnik could do that. You could find out that Jeselnik had like 7 kids and he just never talked about it.
talked
He's like one of the few comics so that could actually happen.
Yeah, there are people who just have that mystery around.
Yeah, I mean, Hedberg's act wasn't. If he would have had a kid, he probably would have wrote jokes about it. But like that's a different kind of act. Nate and I are very much confined to what directly happens to us. It's like we just cross our fingers and hope something funny happens to us because we are not good at coming up with other things.
Can I tell you something that just happened?
That's our style. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, something terrible happened. Thank Christ.
I like to think of it as being genuine, but your angle's good too.
Well, it's the same thing. Potato.
Something just happened to me right before I came here. I want to share with you guys. I went to have some lunch by myself, sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear, "Oh no!" The waitress that was walking by me spilled all the glasses that were on her tray, and one of them spilled and like got all over my pants and my shoe and everything. And I was like, I just got done. Like, Nate saw me. I was painting this morning, so I was still in my work clothes. So they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry. We're so sorry. We're so sorry." I'm like, You picked the perfect person in this building to spill on. 'Cause look I'm covered in paint. Like I couldn't care less. And
You're like a human spill.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'm advertising.
I am the perfect thing. I'd like if someone just like spilled an ashtray full of cigarette butts on me, you'd be like,
Believe it or not, I have spilled on myself already today.
Yeah. And I was like, last night I spilled a can of water on the floor. I'm like, trust me, I know how these things happen. I don't care. And they couldn't have been more apologetic to the board. The manager's like, the food, he whispers, the food is on us. I go, no. I go, how about, I was at one of these pho places, and I was like, I'll tell you what, can you just give me one of those Vietnamese coffees for free?
Nice.
I go, I want to pay for the soup. And he goes, no, I insist. So they would not let me pay. He
Okay,
goes,
here's the move.
And he gave me both for free.
That's very nice.
I
Here's the
tipped
move.
really
though.
well.
I was gonna say, then I just take all the money I was gonna give it. Here the wait. So now she gets $20 for dropping the tray.
Yep.
That's what I because
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Well, you don't want to reward that baby.
Yeah, I was like, here, but don't do it again. No.
Yeah.
So that's how you would have handled it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have said, I'll pay for it. It's fine. I would have given him one. Now. And if they go back with, I insist. I'm like, all right.
It's pretty much what happened.
But I'm gonna give the waitress the 20.
Yep. And then they like 3 other employees came over and apologized to me. I'm like, seriously, you're like, should I be more upset? Because I'm literally not upset about this.
No.
But
People get pretty upset about that. But were you going to ask if it's ever happened to me?
yeah, or anything similar.
Yeah.
Free meal, anything?
I remember
Fly in the
actually,
soup?
I was in New Orleans with a friend, and we were getting like oysters and po' boys, and the waitress dumped a full the southern size iced tea across the table into my lap, and I didn't freak out. And if I could ever recommend, if you're on a date and something like that happens, if you just act like it's not a big deal and laugh it off, it does you a lot of favors.
Oh, 100%. I mean, clearly, it makes you seem so much safer. You're like,
Yeah.
well, he's probably not going to get mad if
Right.
I mean, literally, because women have to think about those things, right? Like,
Yeah.
is this guy secretly going to turn out to start swinging the first time something bad happens or whatever? It's like,
But
his balls are covered
but
in
it,
nest tea, and he's chill.
It was so comical the way that it fell on the table, but then just shot all of the contents all the way across the table, and it all went in. And I jumped back hard enough where it flung my chair behind me. So then the chair's clattering. There was no table behind me. So I think everyone was just really expecting for me to start screaming
Yosemite Sam style.
by how fast I moved,
Sure.
you know? But it still was like my whole lap and my shirt was wet. And I was like, that's cool. Just give me some napkins. We're good.
You're right, though. That's actually the best thing that can happen to you on an early date. Is just some calamity happens and you're chill about it. I went on a date with a girl and I was like, oh, well, fine. We went to like dinner and a movie, whatever, and then she locked her keys in her car. So I was like, it's no biggie. It's $33 from the tow truck. This was in 1999. It's like $30 from the towing company. It's no big deal. I just called the towing company and I just hung out there with her, and then I gave the tow guy 10 and a 20, and he unlocked her car, and we dated for a long time after that. She was like, "You're amazing," and I was like, "Yeah, it was really not that big of a deal."
Not freaking out is great. But
I kind of wanted to like. I was like looking around, like, did any other table see how calm I am? Like,
yeah.
I think this is
I'm
like
sort of a hero in this.
This is sort of an old-fashioned thing and sort of a Midwestern thing, but I kind of hate anybody who makes a big deal about anything. Like if they dropped a baked Alaska directly onto my lap and my pubic hair caught on fire, I can be like swatted out, but like anybody who's like, oh God, I'm like, suck it up. It's like anybody who acts like a soccer player trying to draw a red card in public. I just hate that shit. It's like if
You're
there's
out there taking falls, trying to provoke penalties.
Seriously, like if somebody like slipped and stabbed me with a salad fork, I'd be like, it's really fine. I mean, I might go to the bathroom and cry, but like I just find Grandpa's ghost is like hovering over me, being like, don't be a bitch about it.
It's just a flesh wound. Right?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Unless you're a little kid, then it's fine.
Oh, that's fantastic. I want to read something that Bryan Miller wrote on social media.
Oh, okay. Was this from 12 years ago? When's the last time I updated?
This is from 2003. No, it's from earlier this year.
Okay.
I don't think people with kids understand how much free time they have. Like, you guys are basically on vacation. You don't even know it. Did you say that?
No.
Who said?
It's not me.
That's not you. Who am I quoting?
Is it at real Bryan Miller?
I'll find it later.
It's not me.
Okay, let's pretend it is. Do you agree with that?
Crack journalism is always Justin.
It is impossible.
It'd be so
I got a
funny if
different
you were
one.
Just denying it.
I got a different one. People who back their vehicle
Yes, this is me.
into non-parallel spaces and parking lots think they are superior, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Let me raise my hand and say I completely agree with you.
Yeah, I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. It's legal, but let's all know that you think you're better than us, and that you think you found some weird secret. And what's funny is when you guys are like, well, maybe I can leave a little bit faster. First off, are you robbing a bank? Like, how fast do you need to get out of the co-op? But you get there slower and you leave. You're not gaining any time. But it's if someone just said, I just prefer it this way, I know it's no different. I'd be fine with it. But none of them think that way. They're all like, look at these saps just pulling in front ways.
Now, are you going to tell us that's what you do, Nate?
No, but
I've parked with him. He doesn't do that.
I will look for a spot with both sides open.
That's just being
and
smart.
Pull through.
The magical pull through. That's just good sense, because then you're never backing up, which is
Right.
the best case scenario.
Obviously.
100%. But the people who back, because they do the thing where they go forward and you're all going, and then they stop, and then everyone's got to back up a little bit because I'm coming back into the
I
Kowalski
could never
spot.
back in because I could never, like, the nightmare scenario is all of a sudden there's a car behind me.
Yeah.
And now what am I going to do? Am I going to lose this contest of wills
Mm-hmm.
with the person behind me or inconvenience them? And both of those are unacceptable to me.
And it's harder to thread the needle backwards than forwards. If I pull in forwards, I'm threading between two other cars, easy peasy, I'm going forward. And backing out, you just go straight. But when you're doing your adjustments, you're more likely to hit the person. But I got to back in. The
I
back
kind of
inners.
think we can summarize by saying that the three of us are superior to the people that back in.
I'm just a normal person. Just an everyday average guy.
Who does it right?
I think also, though, because that is on the driving test, people think that it is some marker of being a good driver that other people don't possess.
Yeah, I mean, the parallel's on the test. Parallel's fine.
Yeah,
parallel
parallel's on the
doesn't
test,
count.
but-
Back, you got to back up to parallel.
But backing into a
Yeah, you're right. I forgot that was on the
horizontal spot is on the test.
You're right, and I don't know why, because
And it's the one that you never use. It's like long division of fractions. It's like you're never going to fucking do this unless you major in math. But for some reason, people that remember that and remember other people talking about how hard it is, they just latch onto that and do it forever. And it's like, relax.
I found my source for that one. It wasn't you, and that's
know.
why I didn't see. When I did my copy and pasting here, I did not have your name there. And then when I was trying to, the last minute, get things organized, I wrote your name above that.
Because I just didn't sound like
associated.
me.
No, it doesn't. So let's go back to that. I want your opinion on that.
So this person says that people who have kids.
This person says, I don't think people without kids understand how much free time they have.
Oh,
they're
without
basically
kids,
on
yeah.
vacation and they don't even know it.
No,
So
we-
now
we-
I have 3. Nate has 3 at home.
Here's the thing. What is it about this you think we don't know?
Okay.
When I'm watching a 3-hour-long samurai movie at 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, do you think I don't know it's cool? Are you under the impression like, oh, other people have to do things? I know other people have to do. When I'm in an airport and I'm having an easy time getting a spot at the bar while other people are struggling to get their brood onto the plane, it's not as though I'm not aware. I think to myself, wow, how awesome it is that I'm just going to have a second Long Island iced tea before this flight instead of trying to gather up fucking small Montessori schools where the kids.
That's all I want is to you appreciate your
Yeah,
time.
I mean, I did it. But I did it on purpose. What I get annoyed about is when people with kids tell you that and act like they're all mad about, you know how much free time you have. It's like, we both made our choices.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. When I die, hopefully I'll die before my wife. My wife will be there. But other than that, otherwise, I'm going to die alone, surrounded by strangers. So here, you guys will get to be surrounded by people who loved you. But for now, I get to watch my samurai movies whenever I want to.
And you watch a hell of a lot of movies. So.
I do.
Yeah. I like that. Do you miss having your free time? Let's go over somebody who's a year ago at this time did not have a family. Be honest. It's okay. There's no wrong answer, Nate. She won't hear this.
No, I miss sleeping.
Okay.
I genuinely miss sleeping.
Yeah.
Where, there's a mental calculation that I have to make anytime I don't go to bed immediately.
like I'm sacrificing.
As soon as the option is available to me,
So right.
I have to be like, oh, but I want to do things, and then I have to realize yeah, but you're gonna butt fuck yourself for 6 weeks if you try to sneak in a half hour of extra awake time.
Yeah.
This might be your last chance, basically. To
Right?
sleep.
Yeah. No. Every time
for a while,
and because also you don't. Yeah, I only need 6 or 7 hours, but there's so many other variables where sometimes you'll go 6 weeks without getting more than 2 hours at a time because one wakes up, then the other wakes up, and then it's time, to I miss being oh, well, I'll just sleep in tomorrow. I'll stay up late right now because I feel like it. And every time I do that, I'm just oh, I could kill the man that stayed up late last night. I could murder that man. So it's never we were talking about this. It's never oh, I wish I had my free time. It's just I know what I'm doing with it, and I like that. I like what I'm doing with my time now.
Yeah.
But I do wish that there was more sleep.
or that you got. I mean, if you think about it, really, you just wish you had a little more control over the schedule.
Yeah.
For someone who, between you and your lady, of course, obviously, own, pay for, and theoretically control everything, like any people with kids. Sure. The kids control the schedule a lot. I mean, what are you going to do, right? They wake up, they're sick. Yeah. I think it's the control. It's like it'd be different working a 60-hour job that you really liked versus sometimes it's just an 80-hour job and you never know.
Right. Right. And also, if the 2-year-old sometimes she'll wake up and around that age, I think is when they start to develop imagination. And so
when do you?
Waiting to find out. Still have not.
I'll keep watching the act. I'll tell you when I see it.
Everywhere except on stage, I'm the most literal piece of shit. And so she'll start screaming, and
That's really interesting.
And you go in there, and then you pick her up and you hold her, and then she's immediately soothed, and that feels so good that it's it's hard to be mad about it,
sure.
except in the abstract later. Of course, every time I want to wake up before you get upset, and I wish I could be there before you start screaming, so you never have to. But when the time comes to go to sleep, I'm haven't even done the dishes from dinner. and it's like, do I stay up and the answer is always like, just fucking go to sleep right now. Right now, if you could sleep.
Especially when it comes to dishes. Fuck those dishes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the parenting advice that we get is from people that have maid services.
Yeah, or any like semi-rich person. I mean, semi.
Yeah.
Like
anyone, like, because, like, even, you know, like The Artist's Way, like, where she's like, you can't let kids interrupt the schedule for this artistic thing. And it's like, weren't you married to one of the most acclaimed directors?
Julie Cameron was Jim Cameron's wife?
No, it was Oliver Stone's wife.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that sounds fun.
yeah. I mean, but like,
Who threw this away? I have a 3-hour conspiracy theory about who threw my leftovers away. Like, God damn it. No, it's funny. Like, here's the thing. Anytime someone writes, like, you just got to sit back and do what you want and make your kids accommodate you. I'm like, I can't wait to read your kids' book. That's going to be a fun read.
Are you talking about Nate writing a kid's book?
No. I mean, that person, like, if you, someone who writes a book saying, like, just do whatever, like,
to make time for yourself.
Sublimate. I mean, you should make time. Everybody should make time for themselves. But yeah,
but that time is from their bedtime to your bedtime.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know?
Especially when they're really little.
Yeah. And, you know.
But no, Julie Cameron, Oliver Stone's wife, did not know
I'm
that.
pretty sure it's Artist's Way,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's Julie Cameron.
Yeah.
And you know, I just started rereading that because I'm trying to do that morning pages thing again.
Just take the morning pages, throw everything else away.
I know.
It's
that's
the only thing that's worth a
That's
shit.
what's going to happen. I haven't even started because I have the book, but the morning pages thing is annoyingly helpful.
Yeah.
I don't know what's morning pages.
So if for any comedian, anybody does anything creative, the
I think it's just helpful.
Just for psychology,
Just generally.
But especially if you're trying to be creative, the idea is that every morning you wake up, every day when you get up, as soon as you can, you do this thing called morning pages, which is like you try to write 2 to 3 pages longhand in like a notebook or whatever. You can type in your computer, I guess, but just like it doesn't matter what it's about. It's like free writing.
Okay.
It's just like, but and so what it does is it basically gets your subconscious, like it starts your subconscious like moving. So then you. The mistake that people make with morning pages is trying to like think of jokes or think of story ideas in the morning pages. That's not what it's for. You just crap it out. Don't think about it. Blah blah blah. If you have a topic, if you're trying to write jokes about like if you're trying to finish a joke about I don't know what's a joke topic you got? Parenting. Thank you. I thought it was gonna be more specific. But you're thinking of a parenting. There's the thing. Your baby does something cute, and you think, I have a joke about this. It wouldn't hurt to like write on that, I guess. But you basically are just chugging along, and it's kind of like Daniel's son in Karate Kid, wax on, wax off. You feel like it's pretty pointless, but
you don't know what you're learning. Yeah.
But you will, if you do that pretty regularly, you will find yourself having ideas, quote unquote, out of the blue more often. It is a way to like prime the pump of your subconscious.
So how long have you been doing this?
Oh, I don't know anyone who consistently does it. It's a pain in the ass, but I've done it off and on, and it's kind of like not drinking or running more or whatever, where like it's unquestionably good for you.
Yes.
The only reason I stop is lack of discipline. Or whatever, but like Tommy Johnigan was I think the first person who told me about it. That's how long ago that was. It was when Tommy was like a feature here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning pages is just like, I think of it like clears the sludge out. You're just getting all the shit from yesterday, and like mine would often be like almost read like a to-do list.
Yeah.
Where it's just like I'm thinking of things I need to do and something from yesterday that's bothering me, and I just write all of that shit out. Concerns, because, you know, when you have like a worry about like a hypothetical worry, you'll spend so much brain power on that. But something about writing it out like gets it so that now it's here, and I don't have to keep it circling here anymore. And then what happens is, and then I would do that, and then it makes the rest of the day much more productive.
Are you going back and looking at this stuff?
Never.
Either of you?
I never do. Every now and then,
Very rarely.
a couple of days ago, I was thinking of a joke idea, and then I kind of like when I was doing my morning pages, I kind of like wrote on that topic, and I remember being like, "Oh, this is an interesting, not a joke, but like a premise or like an angle."
Mm-hmm.
I went back on it and wrote a few key sentences back in my joke notebook. But generally, I mean, I could burn them when they're done. I mean, they're not. It's not even like a joke book where there's like some ideas. I'm not trying to. If I had any ideas out of that, it got incorporated either into joke writing or other kind of writing. Ultimately,
Sure.
Yeah, mine's always just like, I got this new rash.
Oh yeah, that's what mine are. I mean, yeah. Well, but literally mine is that banal sometimes.
Yeah,
It'll literally be
yeah,
like,
it's just-
yesterday I told my wife that I would drop these letters off, but I didn't, so I have to drop them off really early in the morning, or she's totally gonna notice, or
Yeah.
dumb stuff like that. I do if I'm working on a long story or a joke premise or something. I will. I mean, if I can, I'll lean into it just because but it's not so much because I think I'm gonna write any part of it that's gonna be good. I just want my brain in that direction. That's the other trick. Is just like if you're trying to write jokes, for instance, just like try to write jokes early in the morning sometime. Just the more you get your brain going, the more likely it is that it's gonna just cough something out. Like inspiration is both like real and fake. I think people who think like you have to wait for inspiration, like, well, but also, yeah. I mean, sometimes a really good idea just drops in your head, but it didn't. It's actually all this other stuff you were doing before.
Interesting.
Yeah, like my ideal process when I was single was I would wake up, do morning pages, and then go for a walk.
Yeah, that's like the perfect get your brain right for the
And
day.
so then what happens is you're on the walk and you're not having those imaginary arguments in your head with someone you had a disagreement with yesterday. You're not thinking about all the things you have to do today. You just go on a walk like where all of that shit is flushed out, and then you just have ideas.
Yeah.
I just think of things on the walk. I just connect dots that I wouldn't otherwise have the brain power for, and that I found to be like really helpful. I'm trying to incorporate that sort of thing into my day now, and it doesn't fit.
Hold on, Daddy's thinking.
Right.
You're in a really tricky time for it.
Yeah.
But there are ways to you don't have to do it all the way to do it. If you're trying to be a creative person, or even I think you're right, just for your own mental health, it's good. Yeah. But if you're trying to be a creative person, like you can like sort of till the soil a little bit. You can do that stuff, even if it's a little thing, even if it's like if you ride the train to 30 minutes from here to St. Paul for work, like okay, so try to like write on that 30 minutes, or even do your free write for 30 minutes, or whatever it is. Like it's, I think the mistake that people who never create stuff make when they feel too much pressure is they feel like some great idea should just drop into their head, or they should just sit down in front of a blank page and start writing like the final draft of a story or a novel or something. It's like, nah, there's a lot more like detritus and crap you got to clear out of the system, and it comes all rocky, but you got to try.
Yeah.
And if you keep trying, most people, even like bad comics, you see people who are like been bad for a long time and they haven't surprisingly gotten any better, but they keep trying, and like every now and then, even though they're bad, you're like, look at you, that's a good joke.
Good bit.
Might be another year before I see one, but look at that, you got a good joke there.
I want to wrap this up with a question that I hope I think this is going to work. I just want to know your opinions. You guys have been around a while. You're not the new generation anymore.
We're not the new anything anymore.
You're not the new anything anymore. What do you think? This is how we're going to end it here. What do you guys think of the state of stand-up comedy right now? Like, are there too many clubs, not enough clubs, too many comics, not enough comics?
The state of the comics or the industry?
Yeah, let's go industry.
I think the pendulum swing back has been everything we thought it would be from when diversity was like in the top of everyone's mind, comedy-wise. So I think that the alt-right comedy is so huge, and that's tragic. I'm excited. So there's this, like, if you think of the old, like Newhart, okay? You think of Bob Newhart. If he wrote a joke about the, like...
Parenting.
Yes, about parenting, for
See,
example.
I'm using your example.
Thank you. And he said something like, you can just leave your kids at home. The joke there wouldn't be that he really thought that.
Yeah, it's a sarcastic comment that Bob
Right.
Newhart is
He's making a sarcastic comment, and the whole crowd would have to know that there's a wink and a smile with this statement. But there's so much, it's so literal, and the morons that are throwing it out there don't ever have a wink and a smile. It's a sneer. So if, just for an example, like any of the Manosphere podcasters, or like those like vaguely alt-right, all the guys that like endorsed Trump and they were like, we didn't know he would do this, fucking moron dipshits of all time that don't know how anything works. And then they say that. They're like, I don't know how this works, but here's what I think. Well, why don't you fucking look it up, you dipshit? But
Wikipedia.
But if one of those dumb fucks was on stage and was like, you can just leave your fucking kids at home, he means it. That's the difference. He is not like, there's no wink, there's no smile, there's no expectation of the audience to not take it literally.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks.
And people in general, audiences, not just comedy, audiences in general, people have gotten much more literal.
Yeah.
You watch movies, people just state what they're thinking, and all the dialogue.
Yes. All the dialogue is, we used to call it on the nose.
Yes.
But it's all on the nose now. There's no subtext because you can't catch subtext when you're on your phone, and no one watches a show without their phone out anymore.
Yes.
No, Netflix
Yes.
literally has mandates. I've from what I've heard, obviously we know my relationship with Netflix. Netflix has like mandates, like, oh no, when you're writing the show, every now and then just have the characters restate what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because we are literally writing the show assuming no one's watching it very closely.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here's my take. My take is yes, all of that.
That was great, Nate.
All of that.
That was great.
I think the format, the business format, which is very different than like the art part of comedy, the particular social media, as the format that the business takes and what you're encouraged to do to be successful in comedy has never been more counterintuitive to good art. And I mean, young comics are literally not incentivized to try to be good, because being good takes time, and you have to be quiet, and you have to do it off to the side a little bit, and then you have to build an act, and then you have to learn your craft. But like, yeah, and that is not a way to succeed right now. The way to succeed is to crank content out, don't finish jokes, all this other stuff. So I think the format and then the way that, other than like this club and like 3 other clubs, every other club's like, oh, you're going to completely sell all the tickets by yourself, right? So you're supposed to completely advertise yourself. You're supposed to be basically more of an advertising firm. And at the very back end of all the things you're supposed to do is actually write jokes or like develop an act that's not super fucking generic and doesn't just blend into the online algorithm. I will say that despite all of this, some people continue to write really good jokes and have really interesting thoughts and be really good. And I think that will keep happening, even if it happens less, the same way that movies keep getting worse for the most part. But there still are really good movies. And so I think it's, in a certain way, heartening that like there's almost no incentive to be a good comic anymore. Almost none.
But people still somehow do it.
Yeah, they do, and they want to, and they do it. And sometimes they do it really well, and so it's almost more impressive that anybody becomes a good comic when no one wants that.
Right.
No one wants that except
no one wants a good comic. Like you said, so few clubs that are like, I want good comics. What I want 100,000 Instagram followers, and I want you to sell tickets. Do not give a fuck what the act is. Couldn't care less.
Yep.
You know, I mean, which I think that's bad generally for an industry that's specialized nightclubs.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's bad. It's kind of like, I don't have a good analogy
Well,
for
you become
it,
like a rental hall that only does one type
Yeah,
thing. You're like,
yeah.
oh, we're a rental hall, and we rent the space to people who are popular on Instagram, and then they come and give their talk, some of which is comedic, and then people pay to see their talk. I mean, it sounds like a really old man yells at cloud, but that's some clubs, that's kind of what they're at now.
You're not wrong.
And that's what I say. The comics, you can't even blame them, because they're like, you're not encouraged to work on a closer for 2 years. Everything's supposed to be out. And I think that is, at least, that pendulum is starting to move back a little bit, where it's like, maybe we don't need to all put all the content out all the time. Maybe flooding the zone has I think it has devalued the product.
That millennials have done to art what boomers did to real estate.
Go on.
Like, we had all of this great art, and we let it all get fed into this fucking content machine the same way that they bought property that was affordable on a working class blue collar budget, and then let the rest of it got bought by BlackRock and all that shit. And but just similarly, like, millennials sort of let Zuckerberg control art. Mm-hmm. And people like him, just using him as an example, and that's what's happened to it. I think that the backlash is more generational, though, than it will be like millennials fixed it. I think, I think that you can fake authenticity on Instagram to a certain extent until people just turn their fucking phones off.
Yeah.
And I think that we'll see that start happening. I hope that we
Hoping.
start to see that happening.
Right.
And what's great about stand-up is that you can't hide by you got it or you don't. And so, like, the fact that some people still do develop that ability is cool. And like when the audience sees it, like they know. I won't say who, but a very well, name drop. Well, okay, a pretty prominent friend of mine from town that not a comedian, a writer, went to a comedy show with their child, and they were like, oh my god, the person they went to see was like an Instagram person, and then like the opener. They were like, "Do you know this person?" I said, "Yeah." And they go, they just didn't seem very professional, but it seemed like everyone knew them. And I was like, "Yeah, it's because it's a social media person who's doing stand up." But I was like, if I just took you to Acme to the Monday, I could show you like 7 or 8 people who like truly know what they're doing, and that's if not everybody showed up. But at least Max Chapman's going to be here. The mic starts with first timers and stuff.
Right.
But then Tommy Ryman's here, and Nate's here. You get some of the new kids. Chris Maddock pops in, and you're like, all those people. You would instantly say they know what they're doing. They're good at this. You'll know it immediately when you see it.
Yeah.
But so but that's not marketable, or it is marketable, but that's not like the social media is so much wagging the dog, and Acme is actually one of the few clubs that's not. I mean, we're all on social media, but Acme is one of the few clubs that still has like a standing reputation, the way like Comedy on State, Denver Comedy Works, like those clubs where people just go to that
They
place.
trust that
Yes.
they're going to see something good.
Yeah.
I guess I have one final thing. So what is going to be the order of you guys getting on
We'll
stage
swap
this week?
it
Just
back
going to
and
switch
forth.
every show.
When we did this last time, what we found out is that we can't bury each other, because if the first person has a really good set, the crowd's just in a really good mood, and then the next person has a good set. It just sort of doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't think people care. I don't think it mattered either way.
I don't really, we don't know.
And you'll
what
be
others will
done by midnight on New Year's
We're
Eve?
going to do,
Or
okay,
how-
so I
what-
think what we're doing is we're going to do the regular show. We'll be done before midnight, and then we're going to host a big toast at the bar at midnight.
Oh, okay.
Because otherwise, we would be on stage for like 2.5 hours.
I was like,
And,
I think that's too long. Yeah,
I just think
okay.
people wouldn't be having fun. Like
Yeah.
even if we
Those old midnight toasts are when we had 10:30 start times
Yeah.
for
yeah,
shows.
and you had to like actually keep your eye like we gotta hurry because we got to get to
Yeah.
the toast.
Okay.
And if it was like a half hour, I'd be like, oh, we could just stick around. But I was like, people are gonna want to go to the bathroom, get another drink. That way, everybody can go to get their drinks
Yeah.
in time, and yeah. So there's gonna be a big midnight toast after the show for anybody who wants to stick around.
We don't
Will
need
you-
me being podcast awkward on stage for an extra hour. All right.
Oh, if it was 15 minutes, I'd be like, let's just chit chat. That'd be
yeah.
fun. But I looked at it, I was like, even if the show starts kind of late, that's like 45 minutes. Like, I can just imagine the audience being like, oh my God. That moment when they go, it's 11:31 and they're still talking. I think this is going to keep happening till midnight. I don't want to do that to anyone.
You're looking at which one of the couple is motioning towards the door.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think she
This
wants
way,
to
everybody
go.
can go take a whiz, have a cigarette or a vape if you're so inclined. Come back, get a drink ready, and then we'll do big toasts.
I hope you also do a countdown for people losing their affordable health care.
Well, it's all the same.
Thank you, fellas. Let's. I love talking to you both separately, together. Let's do it again soon.
Sounds good.
No.
No.